Hi and welcome back to King Great Air Guns. Quick question for you. Are you zeroing your rifle perfectly, but the moment you stretch the distance, your shots aren't landing where you're aiming? Maybe they're dropping too fast or drifting way more than expected. Well, that might not be your scope or your shooting. It could be your ballistic coefficient, the hidden number that determines how your pellet or slug fights gravity and wind after it leaves the barrel. Today we're breaking down what BC is, why it matters, and how getting it right will instantly tighten up your long-range accuracy. And stick around because I'll be dropping a follow-up video where we actually go step by step through measuring and dialing in the true BC for your rifle and your projectile. No guessing, just pure accuracy. So let's dive in. What is ballistic coefficient? Ballistic coefficient, or BC, is a rating of aerodynamic performance. A higher BC means that it's better at pushing through air, slows down less over distance, less wind drift, more retained energy on impact, flatter shooting downrange. A pellet or slug with a low BC. Yet, it loses velocity fast, it drops like it's got an anchor attached, and the slightest breeze throws it off course. If you want consistency past 40, 60 and 100 metres, BC is your new best mate. Firearm bullets are heavy and fast. Our pellets and slugs are light and slower. Air resistance punishes them more. So when BC is wrong in your ballistic app, your holdovers are off, you miss shots you should be hitting. Dial in the right BC and suddenly that 85 metre rabbit shot isn't guesswork, it's science. How BC affects your shot in real life. Let's say you've zeroed at 50 metres. At 100 metres your ballistic app predicts a certain amount of drop. But if your BC setting is too high, the calculator assumes your slug stays faster for longer. It tells you to hulk less than you actually need, and the shot impacts low. If your BC is set too low, it overestimates drag, tells you to hold too much, and the shots impact high. A tiny BC error can shift your point of impact by centimetres at long range, and that's the difference between a clean harvest or watching a possum run off laughing at you. So how do we get the right BC? Manufacturers publish BC values, but here's the truth. They're usually optimistic. Every little tune, barrel and weather setup changes that BC value. So if you want your numbers to match your rifle, use two chronographs, one at the muzzle and one downrange. Enter the real velocity loss into ballistic calculator and get your true BC for your tune. Once you do this, your drop chart suddenly becomes dead accurate. Bonus tip. The angle matters too. If your target is above or below your shooting position, hills, cliffs, tree stands, the pellet drops less. You will shoot high if uncorrected, hold lower for both uphill and downhill. We can cover this in its own video, but just be aware that BC and the inclination go hand in hand for accuracy. If you get the correct BC, you're going to have a lot more confidence behind your zero and your next shots. If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to King Great Air Guns, and hit that bell so you never miss a shot improving episode. Drop a comment below with the BC value of your favourite ammo and whether you've measured it yourself or trusted the box. Stay safe, shoot straight. Thanks for watching.